Hi everyone, I'm Candice. This is Eclectic Coach. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to receive more content from me. As of right now, I probably don't have comments on. I may change that in the future, but in this video, we're going to be talking about embracing vulnerability as a strength. So what do I mean by vulnerability in this video? I'm just talking about sharing your genuine, authentic feelings, experiences, perceptions from a truthful place, even if they're a little messy, even if they're a little uncomfortable, even if they don't support this facade of being perfect and having it all together. I'm not talking about dramatic, unnecessary cries for help and displays for attention. I'm talking about when we are embracing vulnerability as a strength, it's about acknowledging your feelings, being aware of what they are, owning them, and being truthful about where you're at with things, and recognizing and accepting that you're going to have emotions, and some of them are kind of crunchy and uncomfortable and just like, we are often taught, keep it together. And even though we've changed this a little bit in our culture, thanks to the work of Brene Brown and other people, Esther Perel comes to mind, and her work you got to check out if you're into psychology and stuff like that. She has a really amazing podcast called Where Should We Begin? And it's a one-time session with her and real couples. And being able to have a space where you're getting real about what's coming up for you and what your feelings are, this helps you recognize what's yours, but it also helps you see with more clarity what somebody else is going through. And it allows for there to be connection, genuine connection, but also healthy distance that helps you understand, okay, this is mine, this is yours, this is ours. And another important reason to embrace vulnerability as a strength is it helps you cultivate real connection with people, not with an image that somebody's trying to prop up, not with an image that you're trying to prop up, but with how you really are and what's really happening. And there's something very attractive about that, and there's something very magnetic and that's comforting when people are just keeping it real, like this is what's happening. Now, this doesn't mean you need to be like a crazy, disastrous, dramatic mess. Again, it's not about attention seeking, but it's about allowing somebody else to see themselves in your story, what you're really going through, what you're really working through, because that helps people give themselves grace and compassion. And it's also important to just know that you can show up and you don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes. I say and in my last video where I'm talking about practicing radical self-acceptance, I look a little messy, and I did that on purpose because it's just like, hey, I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be honest. That's all I have to be. I just have to be honest and try to be helpful, and that's it. And it's so liberating to know that. And because so much of our life, if we've received negative feedback at earlier parts of our life, we feel like, no, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be, all polished, all put together. I can't tell you how much time, how many videos I've shot really getting hung up on little nitpicky, stupid details that don't matter, and how much time and energy and years of my life I've wasted not feeling like I could fully express myself because it wasn't perfect enough. And I think about how many opportunities I've missed out on, how much abundance, not just material, but emotional, connection-wise, because I was hiding, because I wanted to be perfect, because I wanted my hair to be perfect. I wanted to say everything perfectly. Who needs that? I'm not going to kick myself for that, because that doesn't change it. Here we are. I'm doing it, and sometimes I feel uncomfortable, and sometimes I feel like, I wonder if anyone's ever even going to see this video or whatever, and it doesn't matter. What matters is, at least for me right now, and why I'm coming to you with this content, is hopefully I'll share something and you'll get one little thing out of it. And to remember, it's not about me. It really isn't about me. It's about who might hear this and get something from it. So if you're holding yourself back, trying to be perfect, trying to have it all together, not sharing your story because you don't want to look weak, you don't want to express your feelings, you don't want to be vulnerable, you don't want somebody to misinterpret you or misunderstand you. Remember, you got to learn the art, of being misunderstood, and just be yourself. That's all you got to do. Just be honest, be yourself, and to do so is what it means to have real courage. And I know, oh my gosh, it's coming to me right now that like I'm going to be challenged with this and I'm going to start crying at some point in the future. Oh no. And I'm going to have to just express my feelings, because I have a tendency to not want to show the emotional, vulnerable side of myself. And every time that I come out telling people something, the universe is like, that's awesome that you learned that. Now let's just practice. Here's a lesson and an opportunity to practice. Hopefully I'll remember everything that I've said in this video. It's about living. I think Brene Brown talks about living with your full heart. And being courageous and brave and saying what's true for you. And even if it's not reciprocal on the other end, or somebody isn't in agreement with you or isn't aligned with what you had hoped, at least you know that you showed up as your true self and you said what you needed to say, and there's nothing cringe about that. Even if it doesn't work out, now you know. Now you know. That's useful feedback, that's useful information to move forward and to live a bold, brave life. And who knows who you will inspire and who you will uplift just with your presence, just with the kind, true words that you have to say. And we can express our feelings, and we can do so without raging on people, without belittling other people. We can do that. And so to find ways of communicating what is true for us in a way that is also respectful for other people is a powerful sign of growth. And and I'm going to go back to it because it's something that I'm really working through. I'm trying to live more fully, more present in each of the moments. Yes, there are moments of discomfort where we see, we kind of wince. That wasn't perfect, or I said that weird, or that came out wrong, or I didn't say all of what I was trying to say. It's okay to kind of be like, it wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. That's okay. Do it anyway. And people are going to misunderstand you. They're going to mislabel you. They're going to misjudge you. That's okay too. You are not what other people think of you. You are a loving thought in the mind of God. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you don't want to miss out on all the opportunities for connection and growth and self-expression and freedom and life and joy that you could experience if you didn't show up, if you didn't say what you thought, if you didn't tell the person how you truly felt, good or bad. So keep that in mind. And also spending time out in nature, observing the natural world, the birds, the sounds, the leaves, the warmth of the sun, all of that can really help bring you back to center. Because sometimes when we express a lot of how we're feeling and what's coming up for us, we can kind of have an emotional hangover, and it's a great way to recharge our batteries and reconnect with our essence and to this greater universe, multiverse, God, and have these transcendent experiences that can really help us not only express ourselves more vulnerably and more authentically, but can also help us replenish ourselves after we've done so. So I hope that these ideas have been helpful, and be sure again to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.